In the heart of a vast, verdant kingdom, where the mountains kissed the sky and the rivers sang with the whispers of the ancient world, there lived a king named Alaric and his son, Prince Cedric. The kingdom, known as Viridia, was a place of great beauty and prosperity, renowned for its fertile lands and the wisdom of its rulers. King Alaric was a just and benevolent leader, loved by his people for his fairness and his deep concern for their well-being. He had ruled Viridia for many years, and under his guidance the kingdom had flourished. However, as the years passed, the king grew older, and the weight of the crown began to feel heavier on his shoulders. It was then that he turned his thoughts to the future, to the day when he would pass the crown to his son, Prince Cedric. Prince Cedric was a young man of great promise. He was not only handsome with his golden hair and piercing blue eyes, but he was also wise beyond his years. He had been trained in the arts of leadership and governance from a young age, and he had a deep love for his people and his land. However, despite his many virtues, Cedric was often troubled by a sense of inadequacy. He feared that he would never be as great a king as his father, and that he would not be able to meet the expectations of his people. One summer, as the kingdom prepared for the annual festival of the harvest, a time of great joy and celebration, a crisis arose. A neighboring kingdom, ruled by a greedy and ambitious king, began to make threats against Viridia, demanding tribute and threatening war if their demands were not met. The news spread quickly through the kingdom, and a shadow of fear fell over the once joyful preparations for the festival. King Alaric, though weary, knew that he could not let this threat go unchallenged. He called a council of his most trusted advisors and generals, and together they discussed their options. It was during this council that Prince Cedric, who had been listening quietly, spoke up. He proposed a daring plan to negotiate with the neighboring king, offering a peaceful resolution that would benefit both kingdoms. His father, impressed by his son's courage and wisdom, agreed to the plan. Cedric set out on a journey to the neighboring kingdom, accompanied by a small group of trusted companions. The journey was long and perilous, but Cedric's determination never wavered. When he arrived, he met with the neighboring king and, through his eloquence and sincerity, managed to persuade him to abandon his aggressive stance. In exchange for a fair trade agreement, the two kingdoms agreed to a lasting peace. Upon his return to Viridia, Cedric was hailed as a hero. The people of the kingdom, who had feared the worst, now looked to him with newfound respect and admiration. King Alaric, seeing his son's success, realized that the time had come to step aside and allow Cedric to take his place as the ruler of Viridia.